Maple syrup is one of the oldest natural food products produced in North America, the discovery of which dates back to Native Americans living in what is now the northeastern United States.
The difference between production of our ancestors and today is considerably different. I mean, it goes way back to the Native Americans, but over the years, most of the sap was collected in sap buckets carried by yokes and or wagons to the boiling point. In the 1950s, maple tubing was invented. That's pretty much saved the industry because it's much less costly to gather the sap with maple tubing than what it was with buckets. And the techniques and evaporation and processing equipment has changed considerably over the time.
Through most of history, maple sap was boiled and turned to sugar, which was then traded for other goods. Today, most maple sap is turned into maple syrup by simply boiling the sap in order to evaporate the water and caramelize the natural sugars that create the great color and taste we have come to expect.
The main differences that have happened over the last 100 years are primarily that we've switched from buckets to tubing and tubing on vacuum to collect the sap, and in that way we can achieve a much higher yield and probably a better quality product. In addition, the evaporation process has changed greatly using reverse osmosis and much more efficient evaporators to achieve better fuel efficiency and overall better efficiency in the systems. One
of the issues that we've had in the industry is that it's controlled so much by Mother Nature. You had up and down crops and not ever had a steady supply of syrup to offer to the market. Well, with today's technology, we now have a steady amount of product to offer to the market. The industry currently is the strongest that I've ever seen it in 46 years.
The maple industry is very vibrant right now. Production has increased dramatically over the last 5 years. Folks are making a wonderful living making maple syrup, going out into our native forests and harvesting a wild product and adding value to it. And it's really well positioned in the marketplace for the consumers. It's something that you would have found in your grandmother's pantry and you can feel really good about eating. Maple syrup is a wonderful, natural, healthy sweetener. The sap comes from the maple tree and it's pulling up minerals from the ground and soil, and in the process of creating maple syrup, we're concentrating the presence of those minerals. Maple syrup is also very antioxidant rich, so there are over 54 compounds that have been identified in maple syrup that are antioxidant compounds.
Leader Evaporator, headquartered in Swanton, Vermont, is the largest U.S.-based manufacturer and supplier of maple sugaring equipment and supplies.
The company was formed in 1888 by William Burt. The Burt family decided to put the company up for sale, so the employees formed a corporation and purchased the company in 1963. Since then, the company has merged into a multi-million-dollar company making state-of-the-art maple syrup equipment and selling the equipment in 17 U.S. states and 4 Canadian provinces.
As the largest and oldest maple equipment manufacturer in the United States, Leader Evaporator has designed and developed a lot of the technology used in maple production today.
Leader Evaporator has been important in the development of some of these technologies, in particular new spout technologies. Check valve spout eliminates the movement of sap backward in the system, back into the tree. It keeps the tap hole flowing longer. The tubing systems are greatly improved compared to what they were even 15 years ago. With vacuum in the tubing systems, we can pull more sap from the tree than would normally come naturally. So in that way we can increase the sap yields by double or more from the same tree. That doesn't really impact the tree at all in terms of its health. It just extracts more sugar, more sap from the tree.
In addition, maple syrup quantity and quality of production can be maximized at reduced costs using Leader Evaporator's reverse osmosis and vacuum technology.
Using reverse osmosis, which is essentially a machine that separates out the water from the sugar in sap, we can become much more energy efficient. So by simply using a reverse osmosis machine, we can remove 75 to 85% of the water from the product before we begin to boil it. We still need to heat in order to develop the color and the flavor of maple syrup, but reverse osmosis simply makes the system much more energy efficient.
Evaporators manufactured by the company incorporate state-of-the-art technology, including fully welded food-grade stainless steel systems, high fuel efficiency, and automated controls. Leader Evaporator's dealer network covers all areas of the Northeast and Upper Midwest where maple trees grow.
One of the advantages that Leader Evaporator has is that the structure of the company is much of multiple maple equipment companies that we've purchased over the years. That's what gives us the wide range of offerings that we have today. And again, with the structure of our company, our major distributors are stockholders and owners of the company, so they're real loyal to purchasing their equipment from our company.
Because a great product needs to be properly displayed and marketed, Leader also carries a complete line of supplies for maple syrup storage, packaging, and shipment, including cans, labels, bottles, and caps.
I think it's really important to display the maple syrup well, to convey that it's a wholesome, natural product, and it's pure. It's just from the tree, and there's nothing artificial, there's nothing added, and there's maybe similar table syrups that look similar out there, but have a lot of artificial ingredients in them. So we really have to distinguish the pure product from the artificial. And these companies that are selling fake maple, you know, they really try to capitalize on our heritage and our tradition and our packaging even. So we need to make sure that we say pure Vermont maple syrup on that container to distinguish it from the artificial table syrups that are trying to knock us off.
With a rich history in maple syrup manufacturing, Leader Evaporator constantly strives to offer new products to meet the ever-changing needs of modern maple producers.
The maple industry is a bright spot in Vermont agriculture and in agriculture in general. There's been a tremendous increase in production over the last 5 to 10 years. Folks are making a really great living making maple syrup, and all of us feel really good about what we do because we're taking the sap from wild native forests here in Vermont and elsewhere throughout the region, and we're turning it into a highly valued product by not just us, but folks from around the world. So it's a really exciting industry to be in. Maple is well positioned to serve what today's consumers are looking for. Maple is a single ingredient product that you'd find in your grandmother's pantry. Doesn't have any additives, no preservatives, no high fructose corn syrup. So it's something that people can feel really good about feeding to their families.
For more information, visit www.leaderevaporator.com.